Oh, hi. We are live. That was quick. So welcome everybody. This is the Confident Woman Facebook group, Her Life, Her Style. And today we have a special event, a Style Your Life testimonial from one of my clients that just graduated. So I wanted to welcome you here today. If you're coming in, say hi, say where you're from. And we will bring Juanita on and get into conversation about her experience with the Style Your Life program. So hello, Juanita.
Hello, Dr. Shelley.
Thank you so much for being on the live with me today and talking about your experience with the Style Your Life program. I can just tell the viewers here, the Style Your Life program is a 4-month coaching program that I've developed. And it really takes you from where you're at now to where you want to go. And your style roadmap for success, an inner style transformation, and then an outer style transformation. So if you're coming on with us live, please say hi. We would love to answer your questions and interact with you. So say hi in the chat so we can see your comments. So Juanita, welcome. And what I would like to start with is first, congratulations on graduating from the Style Your Life program. You put so much into it and thus you got a lot out of it. But I wanted to ask you about what your life was like before, the Style Your Life program. Like, how did you feel about your style? How were you dressing? Tell us a little bit about what you did before you started Style Your Life.
Before I started Style Your Life, I was working a 9-to-5 job, a 40-year career, and I was in the transitioning. I knew when I started this program that I would be transitioning from a full-time career to being retired, but I did not like that word retirement. The traditional retirees, went home and sat on a chair. That was kind of my envision of it. And I had no intention to be doing that. I wanted to continue elevating myself. Shelley and I met under a mutual coaching coach, and that's how I got to know her. And I attended one of her events, and it just really had the vibes of what I wanted. At my career, at my job, I was well dressed. People always told me I was well dressed, but I dressed to feel good sometimes, rather than feeling good in what I was clothed in. And I was also had been suppressing myself for a long time, not being myself and feeling held back. So I wanted to be able to embody this material that we had learned under another coach. And I knew that having something tangible to hang on to, like clothing, to have a visual, I knew that it would help me elevate myself from the inside out.
Right. So you said something really interesting. So how, the interesting thing about clothes is that, you can put on a new outfit and it can help you feel better, right away. But it doesn't necessarily last. And then, but if you feel good about yourself from the inside out, and then you dress yourself in that same new outfit, then you're going to continue to feel good. So feeling good on the inside versus just looking good on the outside.
Yes. There's a big difference on that, because recently I went to go back to work for one day to help my colleague, and I caught myself dressing to how I think she might think I look. And this was after taking Shelley's program. And I caught myself and I thought, no, I'm going to put on what I feel good in, because when I feel good, I feel like I'm free to be me. And I feel like I'm fully expressing myself and I can be relaxed and confident. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference in clothing.
And don't you think, like, when you feel good, like, then you're more effective at what you do. I know you talk a lot about showing up as a leader and putting yourself out there for where you're going. But when you feel good on the inside, you're more able to express who you really are.
Definitely. When I feel good on the inside, I am just ease and flow, and feel like I'm floating on a cloud, and things are just always working out for me, and I can easily express myself.
And a lot of people would call that like confidence, like
Yes,
just a strong, powerful inner confidence.
it's a knowing and a confidence.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's really why I talk about, in the beginning of the program, we set a goal. You set a personal goal, and then you set a professional goal if you have a profession. Um, and in half of the program, we do this inner style transformation, because if you don't know who you are, what you want, and where you're going, it's going to be hard to develop a style that's unique to you. So what is an example of a goal, some of the goals that you've had for your style as well as for your profession? I know I'm throwing you some different questions than we planned.
So for my style, Shelley had us to pick 3 words, which helped me focus in on it, because as before it was like, well, I just want to dress to look professional. I want to dress to be a leader. But I had also been trying to shop for the few years before, and my realization was that the stores didn't have the clothes that were my style.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find anything that was my style. And through Shelley's class, I learned that it's not about what the stores have. It's about how I feel. It's about who I am. And so I really didn't have a style per se. I mean, sure, I wore the capris. Sure, I wore the dress clothes to the office, but I didn't have a particular style that said Juanita.
So what are your 3 words that you're trying to project in your style?
My current 3 words are classic, elegant, and bold.
Mm-hmm.
Classic, elegant, and bold. Yes.
And bold, we can talk about your red lipstick right now then, since that's pretty bold.
Yes. And
But
that
we
was,
did a little red lipstick challenge during the class. Tell us about
yes.
how that went for you.
And that was a highlight because I had never worn red lipstick before. I had been wearing just the type of lipstick that you can barely see. It's more like a gloss. Excuse me. And I went to the mall and had an assistant at the large department store to assist me in finding the best color and the liner and all that. And then when we came back and talked about it, and I was practicing trying to get that liner right. And then during one of our live coaching calls with Shelley, it came out that you can also use a brush to help, with the liner to get it even and not looking feathered. So tips within the live coaching course was very helpful too, to expand on that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a fun challenge because, you're looking into yourself from the inside out, and sometimes it gets heavy. And so Shelley balanced that with some fun things to give us to do.
Mm, yeah. So how does it feel wearing the red lipstick today?
It really helps make an outfit pop. It does.
Mm-hmm. Somebody once told me, as far we're kind of off track here a little bit, but how your eyebrows frame your face, like are kind of like create a frame. And I think from your eyebrows, like you wear glasses to your lips, it's like it really helps bring out the features of your face. So just knowing even a little bit about how to, we could call it style your face, to accessorize or accentuate your look as well. And I know you're kind of trying a new way of your hair. It's probably not grown out completely into the way you're doing it, but that was kind of a result of style too. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your hairstyle, how you're changing that and how that fits into your new personality, I guess you're letting out being expressed.
Well, at my last hair appointment, I dressed for the part and I went in and I had on a blazer and a jeans and heels and the earrings. And when I walked in the door, the hairstylist is like, "Ooh, girl, you look like you're from the city." And she really caught my vibes from the beginning. And I've been going to her for quite a few years. And, but she noticed a difference. And I told her that I was telling her about the class as I usually update her and told her that I wanted my haircut to be a little bit edgier. And in the past, she was like, well, you could do this or you could do that, but she was spot on. She knew exactly what would be, would work for me. And it's asymmetrical. It's still growing out as my first cut, but it's
Yeah.
asymmetrical where this side is shorter and this side's
Yeah.
longer. And to help frame my face because I don't, I look better with the hair out of my face.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited to see how it continues to change as you develop
Yes.
the style of your hair. So back to the program. So you joined, what's the main reason again that you decided to join the program?
The main reason I decided was twofold. I wanted something to transition me from a full-time job to retirement because I wanted to keep myself elevated and on task. And the second one was I was wanting to embody this new change, this new me. I didn't just want to be gaining knowledge. I'd already done that. It wasn't working. I needed to actually embody it, internalize it, apply it. So with Style Your Life, it was something tangible that I could work with, something I could visually see and ended up feeling
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. That is so great. One of the things, the reasons I do this is that when I was styling women on the outside as part of my career, I realized that it didn't change how their inner conversation that they were having with themselves. They were still, maybe highly self-critical, or they didn't like their different parts of their body. It didn't change how they really felt about themselves or their body, but it changed how they looked on the outside. And so when you change how someone looks on the outside, it's just going to be a temporary result in how they feel. So if you want the continual feeling that matches the amazing look you have on the outside, you've got to do the inner work. And that's what Juanita was so good at diving into. And like she just referenced, it's not always so fun to do that inner work. It can be emotional, or things can come up, for you to go through, but I try to keep it light as well, by you're here for create a mood board or something like that to keep yourself going through, maybe looking at some of the limiting beliefs that you have about your body or the way that you criticize your body. So we want permanent changes, and that's what the program is for. And it's not just styling your body with the right clothes, but it's styling all different aspects of your life. And I know one of your interests, we didn't plan on talking about this either, but one of your interests is, how people style their homes, how people home design and the environment that you're in, and how important that is to your success, really, and how you feel. Do you want to talk about like the career that you're moving into a little bit and how you're excited for that?
And that was another thing that attracted me to Shelley too, because I was wanting to do a similar program like she's doing, only mine was going to be like on home decor and your environment and your surroundings, removing the clutter and empowering that person to know what they want, to know who they are.
Mm-hmm. And are you still planning that, or has that changed now?
Yes, I've been working on that. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I've been having to go inside and inside myself and and find that path.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have a favorite part of the program or something that you got the most value from?
Yes. It was document your outfits. And it was uneasy at first when she had us to do it for a week. We were to take a selfie of our outfit and post it in the group and talk about what we liked about it, what we didn't like, how it made us feel. And it really made us go inside and really feel the feeling, not just what it looks like, but really feel the feeling. And that's where the magic happens. Because if it doesn't feel good, you're going to feel the same way on the outside. What shows on the outside is what's going on the inside. And so she had us to do that for a week, but she also encouraged us to keep doing it, which I did at home. And it made me become more self-aware of myself, being able to look at myself in those photos. And yeah, I told her some people might think that she made a monster out of me, but really it was self-confidence and believing in myself and being sure of myself.
Well, and I think the interesting part of that, especially the first week that you're just kind of creating, like, when you set a goal, you have to know where you're starting from. So you're taking pictures of yourself, how your current style is, and I'm not changing anything. But then also when you post those photos and you're talking about, what you were doing that day and how you felt about what you were wearing, the goal is for you to be positive about yourself and not say anything critical about your body. And so we're changing that pattern. What was good about what you wore? How did you feel about it? How would you like to feel differently? So really changing the narrative that we have about ourselves, our body, and what we wear, and keeping it upbeat, keeping it positive. And that's the beginning of making that change as you're documenting your current outfits. And this is a pattern that you can use. You don't have to post them anywhere, pictures of yourself. What I noticed is that I had lost a lot of weight at the beginning of last year, and then I was taking selfies, and I noticed that my clothes, because I sit at Zoom a lot, I didn't notice, but by taking a selfie, I noticed that they were baggy, or they weren't as fitted as they once were, so, then I got more fitted clothes, that I like a more fitted style, but I'd been unconscious to it because I hadn't taken a selfie and seen how I actually look in the mirror. So this is a tool you can use for yourself, just for yourself. You don't have to post it anywhere. So how have you changed? I mean, you've alluded to this, but I can ask the question again. How have you changed over the last 4 months of working through Style Your Life?
Well, when I first started the program, it was 3 months. And then
Yes.
Shelley had so much to teach us, so much to share with us, that she extended it to 4 months, which I was excited about. It's just really, I'm my own personal, professional stylist now. When I go to the store, I don't need to ask anybody's own opinion on what it looks like, because I know how I feel in that piece of clothing, or that outfit, or those heels. And I don't need anybody's compliments. Are nice, but I don't need their justification. This morning I put this outfit on, and my fiance told me I looked lovely.
Oh, you're training him.
Yes, I looked lovely. I don't get that compliment that often, but I did. So, I mean, I feel lovely. I feel elegant. It just really changes your vocabulary too, and how you start talking to yourself. Shelley encourages us to be, treat ourselves with love and respect, and work with, who we are now, and elevate that.
Yeah.
So we start telling, a better story about ourselves, a nicer story, story that feels good.
Yeah. And it gets addicting, doesn't it?
Yes.
Feeling good is addicting. Looking good, looking good and feeling good. You just want more and more and more of it. Anything else that comes to mind that you want to share about the program itself? What you learned about yourself?
There was just so much information and so much, I'm not even sure. It was just amazing all the way around.
Let's talk about color for a second, because that's a big part of the program, color. And I know some of you here in the Confident Woman Facebook group are into mindset and, maybe the law of attraction and energy and vibration and things like that. So when, back in the day when I was in textiles, clothing, and fashion, and studying that in my first college degree, I also met a woman that was a color analyst type person, and she taught me a lot about color. But when I realized, when I added color in, if it was first a bonus to the program, and then that's part of what took extra time, is because I realized it was so important that color needed to be a whole part of the program. So, but I was talking to someone earlier today about color, and color, if you think about, it needs to match the vibration that your body is in, and it also needs to be in harmony with you. So, your natural colors versus your accent and your pops of color, it all needs to blend with who you are, your energy, your vibration, but the color has a vibration of itself. So this is where you need to learn these skills of knowing what the best colors are for you. And then you really, there's so much to understand about different aspects of color, and when you understand color, you can actually then break the rules about color too, about by wearing it a certain way. So did you learn anything new about color that you want to share with us?
I did. I always wore a lot of black.
Mm.
And then I wore gray also, and then with pops of color. But I was finding that the gray was starting to make me look pale. And I would just change things around to try to make it work with my accessories and etc. But
Mm-hmm.
through Shelley's class, I can now be intentional with it.
Mm-hmm.
I now know what color of whites look the best on me. I know what my colors are with my natural personality and my eyes, my hair color, my skin tone. And it just, now I dress with intention. I
Yeah.
know, to bring something to color up around my face, because otherwise just the cream colored shirt I would look pale. But I
Mm-hmm.
added a little bit of interest and boldness, and I've got my bold bracelet on, which, is animal print is part of my personality.
Yeah, that's great. And I love that you mentioned earlier about becoming your own stylist. That is actually my goal for everyone, to become their own stylist, to not be reliant on someone else to style you, because who knows you best? You. And you're constantly changing, you're constantly growing. As you're going to newer and bigger goals, you have to continually change your style, continually to upgrade it. We talk a lot about self-image, and that you can't outperform your current self-image. So as you go to another goal, there's a new self-image of you there. And so you have to learn how to dress for that goal and where you're going. But becoming your own stylist, so that you're in charge. So you could still use a stylist in a store, but when you go to that stylist, you can say, this is what I need. I'm looking for this, this, and this to fill out my wardrobe. And then because they shop and they work in that store, they're going to know exactly where to find it and to pull it for you. So it'll save you time, so that you're always in control of your style. And this is also, well, it's something that you continue to do for the rest of your life, as you change and grow as women, and as men. I mean, men do too, but as women, we're going through changes of life. We're going through either menopause, or depending on what your age is, we're going through the aging process. And that's something that doesn't stop, but we can continue to style ourselves in a certain way, so that, that we're always looking our best, no matter what our age is, no matter what's going on for us.
And throughout Shelley's course, I found myself easily clearing stuff out of my closet because it wasn't feeling good anymore, or I knew
Yeah,
it wasn't my color. As
yeah,
she was, I was learning this and embodying it and
yeah.
taking it forward, it really helped me release some of that. And I'm
Mhm,
still doing that, and I'm replacing it with things that are my personality, that are my style. That
mhm. Yeah, it's so fun. You get so clear about what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is that fits, what it is that doesn't fit. It even makes decision making easier because you like, yep, nope, that's not me, So the more clear you are about who you are, um, and then
and
what
that's not just in your style either. That's in your knowing your personality
exactly,
came with
exactly.
that.
Hmm.
Just not what to wear, but also know what I think and what I believe, and I learned to believe in myself because that
Hmm.
was another thing that I was trying to figure out. How do you believe in yourself? And this helped me do that. It
Yeah,
came with confidence and the
yeah,
knowing and being sure of myself.
yeah. It's a gradual process. So, if someone here is listening and they're thinking about the program, if they're hesitant for one reason or another, they maybe don't want to start until next year, or they want to put it off for a while, or whatever their hesitation is. What would you say to them about? I know for you it was pretty quick decision, so you may not relate to somebody not being able
Well,
to
I
decide.
absolutely can relate to that because I did put things off for a while. But I also came to realize that we will never outperform our self-image.
Hmm.
Never. And I kept hitting my glass ceiling. I kept hitting my set point and I couldn't figure out what it was. Something was stopping me. I just couldn't. And it was my self-image.
Hmm.
And if you don't elevate yourself to the next level, or if you don't have good thoughts about yourself, you're going to you're going to stay there until the day you decide you want to finally change.
Hmm.
I mean, you may take small incremental steps, but when Shelley has a roadmap that elevates you to the top pretty quickly, I would highly recommend it. Even if you're a stay at home mom, because when you start to glow, when you start to radiate, the people around you are elevated as well. And it's like the butterfly effect.
Yeah. That's really beautiful. And even a really great point. It doesn't matter what your career is, where you are in your station in life, that having more confidence in yourself and feeling good about yourself is always in style, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I want to ask you one last thing. What are you looking forward to now that you have a style that matches who you are, what you want, where you're going, and with your business, what kinds of things are you looking forward to doing with your life, with your business?
Well, I don't have it all figured out yet. I'm 4 months into retirement and I'm really loving it and enjoying it. And I'm happy from the inside out and I have joyful expectations. I mean, I am just so happy that I get to do whatever I want. So I'm working on creating my own program. I am a modern mentor and I am an influencer and I'm free to be me. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
And you're really stepping out. I mean, and you said one of your words is bold, and I'm just so excited about like seeing you showing up on Facebook. I haven't seen a live yet, but that's to come. I've seen you show up with a photo and your words, and and speaking your truth, and being out there for, you know, you're a role model for other women, as well, young and old. Um, you know, so just congratulations, just a huge congratulations on, you know, not not having retirement be the end of your life, but having it be the beginning of your life. And so much is possible for you. And what's beautiful about the Style Your Life program is that you actually get the base program, the membership site, for the rest of your life as well. So you continue to watch it, use it as you go along. The investment you make multiplies over the time, and you're always welcome to come back in and as an alumni and go through it again with the group coaching as well, or do VIP sessions with myself, if you need that extra kick, that extra boost. But the value of the program is going to extend, as you go to that next level, that next level, that next level in your life and your business, because I'm sure you are, because you are just that type of person that's going to continue to grow. So I want to thank you for being my client and being such a great example. Even the women that were in the group last week were saying that Juanita left such a great example of how she did things. They just really appreciate how you, did your style boards and did your photos of your clothing and shopped and expressed that with them too, because it really has helped them as well.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that, because I wanted to make the most of it. I wanted to come out of this a changed person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the work that you do inside that makes the difference. And I used to be totally okay with being behind the scenes and not shining my light, but not anymore, girl.
I think when you first signed up, I said something like "Look out, world," and you kind of adapted that.
That's right. Look out, world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and it doesn't happen. Like I couldn't have forced Juanita to do these things. It only happened because of a willingness and a desire on her part to do the work and make the changes. This is why she's had the incredible result that she's had. I offer the program, I offer the framework, and the guidance, but it only happens because you did the work. So
yes, Shelley has a beautiful program and she pours her heart into it. She wants to see you succeed, and it's a valuable program. And I say, do it for you. Do it for you and elevate the people around you.
Yeah.
Start glowing.
Yeah. Even no matter what your station in life, you can start by working on yourself, and it's going to help everyone around you. So stay on, Juanita, as I sign off here, and then we can chat. But so thank you guys for being on the call. We'll have this up in the recording in the guide, so you can watch it again and ask any questions that you want, and we can keep an eye on that and answer your questions as you go along. I will put a link to, actually I could put that link on here just for a second, to the freestyle analysis with me, or send me a message, put something below that you want to get on a call with me, and I'm happy to do that. So we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.